evening, we bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Diego Dario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Z Herbacio. In tonight's game plan, we'll give you the latest updates on the ongoing Game 6 of the Pba Philippine Cup Finals.
We'll also hear from the champions of the PBA D-League, the EcoOil-DLSU Green Archers. And we'll find out more about the Army Troopers as they seek redemption in their Spikers Turf comeback. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The TNT Tropang Giga are one win away from defending their PBA All-Filipino crown, while the San Miguel Beermen are fighting to keep their title hopes alive in the ongoing Game 6 of the finals. Now, currently, the game is at halftime, 63-50 in favor of the San Miguel Beermen. It's the shooters that are leading the way for them. Simon Enciso with 17 points, and then Marshall Lester with 13. And of course, we are about to talk about the finals. It's going to be an interesting one here with Game 6 of the PBA Finals, Z.
That's right, Diego. I was just gonna say na it's so interesting that Simon and Marshall is the ones leading in this match. They were able to contain Junmar Fajardo so far with only 2 points here in Game 6. But walang problema because they're ahead here in the halftime court. I guess I wanted to ask you, Diggs, what would a back-to-back Philippine Cup title mean for the TNT squad?
Well, now they're down 13, so their backs are against the wall. But I think for this TNT squad, specifically, let's talk about Coach Chot Reyes first. I think he has one of the toughest job in Philippine basketball. First is trying to lead this TNT Tropang Giga to back-to-back championships in the All-Filipino Cup, while trying to win games for the national team in Gilas Pilipinas. They just won that game against Saudi Arabia. So for me, I think with all the noise, with all the people talking, Coach Chot is still one of the brightest minds in Philippine basketball. He's doing it in the PBA and also internationally.
And syempre, you mentioned it, the Gilas window is already done, and a lot of people are saying, nako, baka it's gonna be a different ball game now that Coach Chot is part and present in the finals game. Let's move to Jason Castro. What would a championship mean for Jason Castro?
Well, I think for Jason Castro, he has nothing to prove anymore. I mean, he has done so many things here in the PBA for this one franchise that he has played in the TNT Tropang Giga, and also for the national team. I mean, he has really nothing to prove. I think this will just cement him being one of the greatest point guards to ever step foot on that basketball court in the PBA. Jason Castro will always be that guy. He was once the best point guard in Asia and now still proving that he is still effective inside that PBA court.
And speaking of one of the best, we have Mikey Williams, who during the elimination was leading. Parang best player yung role niya in the eliminations. Unfortunately, was suffering some sort of a injury, but is able to play through the series so far.
Well, when you talk about Mikey Williams, I mean, he is the guy here for TNT. He's the next man up, basically, because Jason Castro probably 1 to 2 years left in his tank. But when you talk about Mikey Williams, he's already in his prime. So he's primed to be the best player already in TNT Tropang Giga. He's not the rookie, he's not the guy that's, starting off at 24, 25 years old. You'll wait for him to develop. No, he's already that guy for TNT. He's already a primary scorer for any team. Now for TNT.
And that, I remember we had this discussion with Mikey also na sino kaya yung abangan natin maging BPC in the future. So I feel like, is it safe to say maybe Mikey Williams?
No question,
will be there in the future.
I think so, because Mikey Williams is already a bucket. He can get buckets anytime he wants, and the way he does it is very difficult. And I think he's always going to be there in the best player of the conference conversations.
All right, okay, let's move on to the SMB squad naman. Not too long ago, they were able to do a 5-peat Filipino Cup championship. What do you think they're doing right now? Can you break down bakit ba lamang na sila ngayon ng 13 points considering everybody is saying, nako, baka TNT na to tonight?
Well, first of all, they're currently trailing the TNT Tropang-Giga 3-2. If they lose this one, wala na. They don't have a chance anymore to try and win this title. So I think it's that experience, that collective experience of guys like Junmar Fajardo, Chris Ross, and Marshall Lassiter, who were part of that 5-peat back in the day. And now the challenge for them is to try to teach and try to impart this experience to the new guys, to guys like Simon and Ciso, Jericho Cruz. What does it take for them to win this ball game, this Game 6 against TNT, and try to win this whole thing in Game 7?
That's right. And right now, the X factors that have been working for each of the teams are, as you mentioned, Simon and Ciso and Marshall Lassiter. What can you tell us about their games so far in the series?
Well, for SMB, it's crucial for the shooters to really ball out because Junmar Fajardo obviously is their primary scorer, their primary option when you talk about San Miguel. So they bring that ball inside to Junmar and he sucks in a lot of defense. So it's important that when he kicks that ball out, the SMB shooters have to connect. That's what's happening right now against TNT in Game 6. Simon and Ciso with 17 points, Lassiter with 13. So if they're making their outside shots, it's going to be a tough night for whoever's going up against TNT, SMB, which is TNT.
All right, and how about TNT? How do you think can they bounce back in the second half?
Well, obviously, it's tough because Jason Castro is currently hurt. We don't know the situation yet, how grave it will be. But, that's why they have Mikey Williams. We talked about Mikey Williams being the primary scorer, primary guy for TNT. Let's see how he tries to carry this TNT squad in the second half. But very important to talk about also is Kelly Williams. He had a great game in Game 6. He was the best player of the game. It was really because of him, because he was trying to guard Junmar Fajardo, making Junmar Fajardo work on offense and also on defense kasi si Kelly Williams, he can shoot from the outside. And that forces Junmar to go out of the paint, which is not his comfort zone. And, it's going to be tough for Junmar pag pinasa ni Kelly Williams sa ibang players like Jason Castro, Mikey Williams. Wala na si Junmar sa loob. So, that's going to be tough for TNT.
So, let's see what's going to happen here in the second half of Game 6 of the PBA Philippine Cup Finals. Thank you, Degs.
Yep, and you can catch the game live happening right now on TV5, One Sports, and PBA Rush.
And more basketball action because when we return, we'll get to talk to the champions of the PBA D-League, the EcoOil-DLSU Green Archers. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. welcome back to the game. The EcoOil-DLSU Green Archers took their first ever championship in the PBA D-League after coming up victorious against Marinerong Pilipino in an extended series. And tonight we are very fortunate to be joined by the champs themselves, Joaquin Manuel, Shawnee Winston, Kevin Kiambao, and head coach Derek Pumaren. Boys and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the game.
The Green Archers, welcome. Coach, next time na invite namin kayo dito sa live on the studio. Yeah. Excited ako sa mga fits ni Coach Derek. But for now, through Zoom muna. Coach, kamusta naman ang experience nyo sa PBA D-League? You won you're the championship here in the first ever PBA D-League after the pandemic.
Well, I think itong championship will suffer the team. Will make us a better team. Will make us a different team from UAP. It's going to be a big help for us.
All right, we got one of the two leading scorers in their championship game. Michael Phillips had a double-double, 15 points and 16 rebounds. And Shawnee's here with us tonight with 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Shawnee, how does it feel to get a championship for your squad?
It felt great to get a championship in the PBA D-League. It was good momentum for us coming into the Uaep season, so I was definitely happy for us to win that.
And Shawnee, just a personal question. I mean, just a few months ago, you were trying to decide whether you're going pro or staying here with the Green Archers. Can you tell us a little bit more about that story? How did you decide to come back and try to win another one, maybe here in the UAAP, Shawnee?
Yeah, I was making the decision after last year, and then I talked to some previous archers that are now pros now, and they told me that the UAP experience is like nothing else, and that you really want to seize that moment of going into UAP as long as you can. And I was like, all right, and then so this upcoming year is definitely the year we're going for the crown.
All right, Kevin, I wanted to ask you, I know you've got a lot of things going on besides games for your DLSU squad. How has preparations been like for you and your team so far?
So far yung team, maganda naman yung tinatakbo namin sa ensayo. And all good naman, kumbaga same page naman lahat. And ayun nga, isa lang yung goal namin is to win the UAP championship.
And Kev, nakita ka ng maraming fans. You played for Gilas, international level na. And dito naman sa UAP, how do you think that experience will help you? As a player, your first year pa lang sa UAP, pero grabe na rin yung experience mo internationally.
Yung experience ko internationally, sobrang laking exposure sa akin coming UAP. Kumbaga, I play at the highest level of competition na sa Pba. And dadaling ko sa UAP yung ganong competition. And yung learnings na nakuha ko sa Gilas, dadaling ko dito sa team.
And syempre, very excited kami to see your flashy passes and all your skills as a big man. Pero let's move on to another vet. Pero dati hindi pa to vet eh. Kasi just a quick story, si Joaquin Manuel, he was training with us when he was in high school sa UP college team namin. And nagulat kami, naglasal siya. But still, having a great career here in the UAP. Joaquin, kamusta naman? You're one of the vets now. How has it been, you trying to lead this team? Specifically, medyo young team kayong Lasal.
Yeah, coming as the most experienced in the UAP, I guess. You just have to be a leader.
Yeah.
Coach Derek's always been going at me at trying to be a role model for the team. So as long as I can do my part and help the team win the championship and bring it back to task again.
So Jet Manuel was our captain before, and then now ikaw medyo leader ka na rin dito for the Green Archers. Medyo may tips ba sa'yo si Jet as trying to become a leader here for the Green Archers?
Yeah, he just told me to just give 100% every time, every game, and always be outspoken to the young ones in the team. We have a lot of rookies, so try to mentor them, try to teach them how to do things the right way, the way Coach Derek wants it to be, and that's our key to bringing the championship back to back.
All right, I agree, and it's really about culture and making it work for the rest of the team. I wanted to ask and go back to Coach Derek. Coach, you've seen the team during the pandemic, after the pandemic, during the UAAP, and now preseason. has gone. And I wanted to ask, what is your expectations from your team coming into the next season of the UAAP?
Well, I'm expecting a lot from this team right now. As long as we play the way we should play, do things that we're supposed to do, I think we'll be all right come UAAP.
And Coach Derek, kamusta naman yung preparations niyo? Of course, this PBA D-League, of course, is a part of it. Pero may iba pa kayong ginagawa ba in terms of training and trying to gear up as the UAAP comes nearer and nearer?
Yeah, we'll be playing more tune-up games now in the coming weeks. In the next, probably next 3 weeks. That's the program right now. We'll be playing other teams now, maybe hopefully PBA teams. This morning we played the Convert PBA team. No? So we don't rest, we're gonna still stay sharp. No? So pagkam UAP will be a better team.
And Coach Derek, how important is it na medyo nag-gel na kayo dito? You played one season before, the core is still there. You, as we would say, sila Mike Phillips are still there. How important is chemistry leading into the next season, Coach?
Well, if you want to go all the way, I think the chemistry is really very important. We'll be playing a big factor with this campaign namin sa UAP. And we didn't enjoy that luxury when we started the bubble. Right. We only got a full lineup like February 14 and March 25th. I think UAP started. But this season we took advantage of the free tune-up, the tune-up games and the preseason games. So hopefully that will toughen us, and as I said, will give us a better chance in making it to the final.
And Archers, congratulations once again for winning that PBA D-League Championship, and good luck to the upcoming UAAP season. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And after the break, we'll get to know the Army Troopers as they return to men's volleyball action in the Spikers turf. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game.
Welcome back to The Game. the Army Troopers are seeking redemption in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. They'll be facing the defending champion Signal HD Spikers in their match on Saturday. What can we expect from the Army Troopers in this tournament? Well, let's hear from the Corporal Antonio Torres, who's not here apparently. But tonight we have Private First Class Ariel Kenneth Balwalwa and Private First Class Jason Uy. Gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the game.
Welcome to the games, mga idols. And just a quick question, no? Kasi meron akong mga kilala din na part of the Army basketball naman. Pero can you explain to us na hindi lang kayo pure volleyball players? Ano yung mga ibang ginagawa nyo as part of the Army?
Nag-duty rin po kami. Tapos, before, bago ako mapunta sa office, kami yung mga nakikita nyo sa expressway. Yung mga logistics, yung mga ammunition,
That's right, yeah.
yung mga explosives
Yeah.
na dinadala sa Sangli Point, from Tarlac to Sangli Point, tapos papadala sa Mindanao, sa Visayas, gano'n.
So it's a really tough job, no? Not just
Yes.
volleyball players, also serving the country. Pero let's start it off with si Jason. Jason, kamusta naman yung feeling mo na finally nandito na ang men's volleyball after 3 years?
Yun na nga po, sobrang excited ko na finally, na nakabalik na nga po yung tournament para po sa mga lalaki. Dito na nga yung Spikers Turf Open Conference.
Yeah.
At syempre, hindi lang po kami excited, pati yung mga manonood na din.
That's right.
That's right. And just to tell you guys, the viewers, si Jason, nakakalaban at nakakalaro ko to sa beach volleyball.
Yun.
But I know it's a whole different ball game ang indoor sa beach. How about for you, Ken? Kamusta? Anong feeling? Finally, the men's volleyball is back. Diba?
Medyo nakakapanibago rin eh. Kasi
Okay.
parang, ano na naman eh, tawag nito, panibagong adjustment ulit. Kasi parang ang tagal namin napahinga sa game. Kaya panibagong exposure ulit. Yun.
And bago tayo pumunta sa Spikers Turf, sa game na nilaro nyo, yung preparations, I wanted to ask, kamusta yung 3 years? Of course,
Correct.
for sure naglalaro man kayo, pero iba pa rin yung game. Kamusta yung preparation nyo?
Bali, medyo, ano po kami, medyo yung preparation namin medyo short eh.
Okay.
Kasi mas ano po kami, parang lately na kami na tuloy yung Spikers Turf.
Okay.
So recently lang po kami nag-start nung talagang focus kami sa practice kasi more on duty po kami sa Army talaga.
And during pandemic po kasi, nag-ano kami sa
Yung
sa
mga-
LSI, yung locally stranded individual.
Tumulong kayo doon.
Kami po
Nice.
yung ano.
You were
nag-cater.
technically frontliners during the pandemic, correct?
So winners and very essential people, both in sports and in life.
In
right?
life.
So let's talk about the game. Yung game naman na linaro nila against NU Santa Elena.
All right, how was that like? First game, first set, you were able to get and you catch them off guard.
Yeah.
Anong nangyari in that match? Could you tell us more about it? Ano yung feelings na naramdaman nyo unang laro nyo? Si Jason, okay,
yeah.
Jason.
Oh, yung set na yun na napanalunan nyo against Santa Elena. Ano yung mga ginawa nyong maganda kaya nakuha yung set na yun?
Sobrang tuwang-tuwa kami, lalong-lalo na ako, sobrang tuwa ako. At saka excited ako na makalaban yung Santa Elena. And yung kasi sobrang laki ng mga players doon at
That's
saka
right.
malalakas sila. So, as a libero, syempre inaabangan ko yung mga lalakas na palo. At saka, ayun, yung magandang ginawa namin nung first set, yun, we play as a team. Nung first set, nag-usap kami kung ano mga dapat gawin. At yun na nga, medyo kinapos at nag-aral din naman yung Santa Elena kung ano yung mga weakness and strength namin.
How about you, Ken? How did it feel na kalaban mo yung alma mater natin?
Yun nga medyo naano ako sa mga bata. Pinatulan kami ng mga bata eh. Pero ano yun, sayang kasi nung bandang huli, okay na, medyo nawala na yung composure ng yung team nung kasunod-sunod na error. So, yung mga lapses namin doon, talagang inano namin kanina nung practice namin nung morning. Talagang binago namin.
So yun yung mga itatry nyo i-work on as you try to move on to the next game. It will be against the defending champions, the Signal HD Spikers tomorrow at 2:30. Ano yung mga dapat nyong gawin? Hindi nyo naman kailangan i-explain yung game plan, yung mga winner ko nyo kanina sa practice.
Yun yung kung saan kami nagkulang sa reception namin sa digs, medyo nawala kami nung bandang huli nung sa NU eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So kailangan namin i-workout pa yun, kaya kailangan namin ilabas yun bukas at sa mga following namin ng mga games. Ayun po.
How about you, Jason? Anong sa tingin mo na, as a libero, kasi I know you're the cheerleader of the squad,
Yun.
you have parang a bigger point of view for your team. Ano sa tingin mo, let's siguro focus on the brighter side. Anong nakikita mong maganda na naipakita na ng team mo so far in the Spikers turf?
Ang magandang naipakita na ng team so far, para sa akin, yun nga po, maglaro kami na, yun as one. Na hindi lang din po kasi yung apelido namin yung dala namin dito kundi yung nakatatak sa dibdib namin yung Army. So, dapat lumaban kami na matapang. Na ipakita namin kung ano yung mga yung pinagpracticean namin hanggang sa dulo, ilalaban po namin.
Yeah, and of course, we're rooting for you guys. Hopefully, you guys, improve and improve as the season goes. Pero kay Ken naman, let's look at the bigger picture. Now that men's volleyball is back, paano ito ma-affect yung mga ibang athletes na gusto maging kayo, gusto maging volleyball players? Na, it's officially back.
Tawag nga ito, isang maganda nga rin po yan kasi nga lagi na nata-televise. So yung mga bata, yung mga yung mga nag-aspire talaga na maging mga pro players, mas sigurado yan na mag-hard work sila sa practice nila, na mag-improve sila hanggang sa makarating sila sa mga level na napuntahan namin.
Alright, Ken, Jason, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know you will keep inspiring young athletes to become better versions of themselves, and you guys will be playing tomorrow and for the rest of the month in the Spikers turf, so we'll watch out for that.
Thank you, Idols, and good luck.
Thank you.
Alright, that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Zihir Basho.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Diego Dario, and this has been The Game.